Shalom, shalom, shalom. And God, power, glory to Mosiah, Yahweh, Bashem, Mashiach, woman like Yahweh Shai, and his brother Sirach from WFI Bay Area, coming back here, cold cut to the spirit and power, glory to Mosiah, Yahweh, Bashem, Mashiach, woman like Yahweh Shai. This topic today is going to, is God everybody's God? That's a huge, huge topic. Everybody just think the Most High God is the God of everybody. But we're gonna get in this thing. It's gonna be quick through the spirit, Lord willing, and just a little information. You're probably gonna get in there again. Probably make another video with more precepts. Backing up that the Most High God, the only true God, is the God of Israel. He's the only God of those people, which is the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of Negro and Negro and Indian descent. So, we're going to get to the nitty and gritty in this thing and let everybody know, it's a urgent message. He's not your God. If you're not a Hebrew Israelite, that's not your God. So stop claiming that's your God. Your God is Zeus. Your God is Sheba. Your God is Buddha. Your God is Nimrod, Ishtar, Ra, wherever your thing is, you have your gods. Stop trying to take the Israelites' God, because he's not your God. All right, so let's get in this thing, because everybody think the Most High God is just everybody God. Everybody thinks the Bible is a all party thing. No, it's very exclusive. You gotta have the backstage pass. You gotta have the wristband to get in. Where's your wristband? If you don't have your wristband, you're not exclusive in this thing. You gotta have your name on the list. All right. This is 1 Kings chapter 6, verse 11. Let's read this. Let's get it. Verse 11. It says this. And so it reads, and the word of Yahweh came to Solomon. Solomon, he's a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah. This is David's son, saying, concerning this house which thou art in building, if thou wilt walk in my statutes and execute my judgments, and will keep all my commandments to walk in them, then will I perform my word with thee, which I spake unto David thy father. It says, and I will dwell among the children of Israel and will not forsake my people. So he already letting you know he is for the Israelites. He will be dwelling among the children of Israel and will not forsake his people. It's very that simple. It's not really rocket science when you pick up the Bible and you read the beginning. And you start reading. You get all the way in Genesis. You get all the way in Exodus. And then it get all the way in Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. You're going to start seeing everybody in the book that's being really talked about is who? And really in depth is who? The Israelites. God's chosen people. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All his lineage. So... when you start reading, you read the Bible for yourself. You can't be hoodwinked in this thing. A lot of people be hoodwinked, glad to get told what they want to get told. But he's letting you know straight out the back. Let's go to Amos chapter 3 and verse 11. It reads this. Salakia, not 3 and 11, Salakia, 3 and 1. It reads this. It says, hear this word that Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. So the Most High, this is plain. He gonna punish the Israelites for their iniquities. And what is iniquities? It's sin. So if you're not an Israelite, you can't sin. Because why? You was never given the law. That's how we know what sin is, because the law states what not to do and what to do. And if you don't follow the law, you be in sin. But the point is, he only know the family of all the families in the world. He only know the Israelites. He's dwelling amongst the Israelites. He's only knowing the Israelites. What more do people want? Right there. Actually, I could close the book up right now or log off the app right now and I could be done. But I'm going to get more precepts and get it in depth in this thing. Because people just think the Hebrew Israelites just speak out of their belly. When we actually speak, thus says the word. Thus says the word of the Most High. Oh, we isolating precepts. No, we don't have to isolate precepts. We could go to one precept, to the next precept, to the next precept, to another precept, and they're all going to say the same thing. We don't have to lie about this. Two or three more witnesses. We got plethora of witnesses. Let's go to Romans chapter 3. Let's get it. It says, "For I could wish that myself were accursed from Mashiach, for my brethren," this is Paul speaking, "my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to who pertain to the adoption." We obtain the adoption, meaning being grafted back in this thing, and the glory. So everything that the Most High promises, which is the kingdom, and the covenants, the old covenant, Mosaic law, and the new covenant, the new covenant that's gonna be coming, and the giving of the law, in the service of Yahweh. So we the only apostles, we the only evangelists, we the only priests, we the only apostles. If I didn't say that, we the only ones that could serve the Most High. We the only one that could do the service of the Most High. We the only prophets. There's no other prophets. If you don't come from the line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you're not a prophet. And it says, "Who are the fathers?" So like in the service of Yahweh and the promises. So beginning all of the promises, whose are the fathers, and of whom as concerning the flesh of Mashiach came, who is over all, Yahweh blessed forever. Amen. So only Mashiach came for who? The Israelites as well. That's letting you know right there. It says, "Not as though the word of Yahweh had taken none effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel, neither because they are the seed of Abraham, they are all their children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. That is, they which are the children of Israel, these," Salakia, verse 8, it says, "That is, they which are the children of the flesh." So the flesh, these are not the children of Yahweh. So if you're the children of the flesh, meaning the other nations, because every nation come from Abraham. A lot of nations come from Abraham, and got repopulated from Abraham. It says, "But the children of the promise which we read up there, the Israelites are the children of the promise, are counted for the seed. For this is the word of promise at the time when I come, and Sarah shall have a son," and so forth, so forth. So it's very simple. It's not that rocket science in this thing. Everybody know the Israelites are the chosen seed. Everybody know the Israelites is the only one that has mercy, grace, in the Mashiach, Yahushai. We the only one that the Most High cares about. We the only one that have the promises and everything. He's our God and none else. And that's simple, and that's period. You can't fight this thing when you read the scriptures. Don't matter what your wicked pastor, pork eating bishop is talking about. It doesn't matter. That's at the Lord. That's what matters. We ain't coming in the scriptures. It doesn't matter. It says, this is Psalms 147, verse 19. It reads thus: "He showeth his word unto Jacob." Who is Jacob? The forefather, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which name, later got changed to Israel. "His statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any other nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh." So it's very simple. He don't know any of these nations. He's not dealing with them. He not among them. He don't care about them. You can't fight this thing. Just accept it. The world gotta accept that the Most High only chose one seed. Let's get how you feel about this seed. This is This is Deuteronomy 7:6. It says, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord Yahweh. The Lord Yahweh have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people down on the face of the earth." So the Most High said, "We above all these nations." That's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow, but it is what it is. He chosen us. You can't get mad at us that he chose us. You gotta, take it up with him. So, you can't be mad in this thing. So take it up to Most High. So Most High. Let me just get this real quick. Let's get second address. Second address, chapter 3, and verse 31. Let's get this real quick. The spirit. Let's view the whole chapter. Reading this thing. Come on. I don't want to mess up. Alright, let's go to this. Slack is, bro. Devices want to mess up now. This is. Oh. Boom. This is. The chapter. Thank you. All praises. The second address 31. 6 and 31. It reads thus. It says, "I do not remember how this way may be left, and Salakia, are they then of Babylon better than they of Zion? Or is there any other people that knoweth thee beside Israel? Or what generation have so believed thy covenant as Jacob? And yet their reward appeared not, and their labor had no fruit. For I have gone here and there through the heathen, and I see that they flow in wealth, and think not upon thy commandments." It says, "Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and theirs also that dwell the world, and so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel." It says, "Or when was it that which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, but not the heathen." So the heathen kind of do what the hell they want to do. They have everything in this world. All the top elites, all the top Edomites, that's not the elites. They kind of Edomites rule the world. And then you got the other nasty wicked nations. You got the Canaanites, you got the Hamites, you got the Ishmaelites. You got all these other nations that progress, that progress in this world. They kind of got everything they want, but they don't think about keeping up the Most High commandments. That's the last thing on their damn mind. They like, I got everything. They don't care. But we care. The Israelites care. Actually, let's read that last part. It says, it's verse 34. It says, "Weigh therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and there's also that dwell the world, and so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel." So his name is not gonna be found in nowhere but in Israel. You can't get over it, man. It's plain. It's plain and it's simple. So you can't find it. It's mighty precepts. This is Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 17. You know, you can't fight this thing. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, Edomites, or any other nation. You can't fight this thing. It says, this is Isaiah chapter 40, verse 17. It reads thus, all nations before him are as nothing, and they are accounted to him less than nothing and vanity. So the Most High don't even care about y'all nations. You got to get over this thing. We sorry. We sorry for the coons. Yeah, the coons. I'm talking to the coons. The coons in the back. He don't care about these other nations. He don't. Like, we gotta get over it. Stop being a coon. Stop being the I love every nation more than my nation. You know? Stop trying to make the Most High God fit a box that he's not in. He's not in the box. He could do what the hell he want to do. He could pick a chosen nation, and he could hate other nations. He could feel a lot of ways about different nations. And if you say they are nothing, they are nothing. You know, he made everything in the world. So who are you to question what he said or what he think? You can't question the creator. You know, that's foolishness. That's really, really foolish. That's any creator in the world. You got any buyer, you know, everybody has a favorite of something. A creator, a real creator, a writer, an author, or something. He like, what's your favorite, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, author, what's your favorite book you ever wrote? He gonna have a favorite book he ever wrote. A rapper, a musician, what's your favorite album you recorded? They gonna tell you what's their favorite song. They gonna tell you this. Why the Most High Yahweh, the creator of all things, that gives us this feeling. You know, we have all these emotions because he have these emotions. You know, so it's very simple. You know, so you can't get over it. It's Joel chapter 2 and verse 27. It reads thus, and so it says, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord Yahweh and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed. You know, so you know we gotta deal with this thing. You know, all the coons gotta deal with it. All these other nations gotta deal with it. This is our Father. This is our God. This is our power. That's why we Israel. You know, in Hebrew, Yasha Allah, meaning the Prince of the Powers. We the Prince of the Most High God. That's why we gods on this earth. Assuming to Psalms 83. You know, if I'm not mistaken, Psalms 83. Let me get it just, you know, make sure I'm on point. That Psalms 83, I'm tripping. So, like, yeah. That Psalms 83. Let's see, let me find it real quick. Yeah, but it's in Psalms, though. So, like, yeah. Let me get to it, though. Escape me. Let's get Ezekiel. Chapter 39. And it's going to come back to me. 21. So, like, Ezekiel chapter 21. And it reads this. It says, and I will set my glory among the heathen, and all the heathen shall see my judgment, that I will execute in my hand that I have laid upon them, so that the house of Israel shall know that I am the Lord, their God, from that day and forward. You know, so it's very simple. You know, he's literally he's laying it all out. There, yours, ours, very possessive. You know, you can't put yours and ours in the same box. You know, so you gotta kind of get over this thing. You know, so you know, it kind of came back to me in Psalms 82. Let me get it. I said 83, but it's 82 through the Spirit. All praise to the Most High. All praises. You know, just get the point of what I'm saying, that, we are gods. It says, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. We are kind of went through that. The children of the Most High is one in Romans. We kind of went through that. And like I said, Israel in Hebrew is Yasha Allah, meaning the Prince of the Powers. So we guys up. We the Prince of God. We guys on this earth. Back to the subject. So let me go back to Ezekiel real quick. 39 and 21. It says, and I will set my glory among the heathen, and all the heathen shall see my judgment that I have executed in my hand that I have laid upon them. So the house of Israel shall know that I am the Lord their God from that day and forward. It's mighty, mighty, mighty simple. So you can't get over it. Can't get over this thing. So let's go to Jeremiah. Can't get over this thing. It's very simple. You kind of gotta get out that mind frame that the Most High God is for everybody. He's not for everybody in this thing. Really get it. Psalms 36. Jeremiah 32 and 36. It reads thus. And now, therefore, thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, concerning this city, whereof ye say, it shall be delivered into the hand of the king of Babylon by the sword, and by famine, and by pestilence. So he's the God of Israel, and this is, it's very simple in this thing. It says, behold, I will gather them out of all countries, whither I have driven them in my anger, and in my fury, and in great wrath, and I will bring them again unto this place, and I will cause them to dwell safely, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God, and I will give them one heart and one way, that they may fear me forever for the good of them and of their children after them. You can't get around this thing, man. This is beautiful. It's the best thing ever to be an Israelite, I might say. You can't, you can't fight this thing. So let me get second address. Chapter 5. So make sure it's in second address. Second address. Second. What the hell? So, second Ezra chapter 5 and 22, it says, and my soul recovered the spirit of understanding, and I began to talk with the Most High again. And that's what we're doing. We recover our spirit, getting back to the spirit of the Most High, Yahweh, Hashem, Shabbat, learning the ways, of Him again, understanding the wisdom, the knowledge, and understanding that He's been pouring out in these last years. He's been really pouring out His information, the wisdom of Him, and the fold is coming back. The sheep is coming back to the shepherd. You know, all the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, now we know, and we the Hebrew Israelites. Verse 23, and said, O Yahweh, that bearest rule of every wood of the earth, and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee only one vine, and of all the lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit. So he chosen, you know, this is getting to very deep in this thing. It's showing this the Most High already. He has a chosen of everything on the earth. You know, I'm gonna read that again. Verse 23. It says, "And said, O Lord, that bearest rule of every wood of the earth, and of every and of all trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee only one vine, and of all the lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers thereof one lily, and out of the depths of the sea that has filled thee with one river, and of all builded cities that has hallowed Zion unto himself." So he's literally listing everything. The mighty as Ezra is mighty. He's laying it out that the Most High have favorites of everything. So why he has a favorite people? He has a favorite sea, a city, a flower, a bird, everything. You know, it says, verse 26, and of the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove, and of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep, and among all the multitudes of people, thou hast gotten thee one people, and unto this people whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all. It's very simple. Who he give the laws to, the law, statutes, commandments to? The Israelites. You know, it's very simple in this thing. The Most High has a favorite in everything, in every aspect. You got to get over it, you know. Let's get this. You know, brothers like to pull this out when it's getting hectic. Like, you know, this, you know, brothers call this the bazooka, the end all be all precept. Let's get it. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. This is shut up and keep walking, or shut up and, you know, sit down and listen because you don't know a damn thing. Precept. You know, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. It says, "And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, and of him come we all." So we all will agree in this thing that we all come from Adam, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. So we then go through the precept that the Most High, from Adam come all nations, and from Adam even the people that the Most High chosen. Verse 55, "All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake," because the whole world is made for the Israelites' sakes. That's why he even made the whole world. "As for the other people, which also came of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing." So if you're not the chosen, that means you're nothing. In the eyes of the Most High, we just went through a precept, really literally stating that, I believe in Isaiah. It says, "Thou hast said that there are nothing but be like unto spittle." So he like a spit, like spit in this thing. When somebody talking and they be having a little spit come out, that's spittle. "And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel." You know, so you like a little thing, like a little, you know, when you got a bucket of water and that little water that flies out, that's what they are. You're not finna go back like, oh, let me get that. No, you're gonna keep it pushing. It dried up already. 57. "And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be Lord over us and to devour us." Because that's what they are. They ain't nothing. The Most High said they are nothing in this thing. We got these nothing as nations ruling over us and devouring us. 58, it says, "But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy favorite lover, are given into their hands." So the Most High, we are his favorite lover. You know, I mean, he has very, very high, you know, matter of love for us. You know, it's intense. It says, if the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long should us endure? You know, so that's like, kind of ammunition. We gotta get our act together, Israel. This is our book. This is our law, statutes, commandments. This is our heritage. Our laws to keep. Like the brother said, the Bible is written by Israelites, for Israelites, to Israelites. So we gotta get up in this thing. Get this last precept. This is Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 8. It says, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. It's very simple. The Most High loves us. He cares for us. He loves us dearly, Israel. The precepts, all the lines. He's not the God of no other nation. They have their gods. Now, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is our God. The Most High God, the only one that everybody prays to and think is their God, and he think they dealing with us. That's our God. So what we going to do, Israel? What we going to do, so-called black man, so-called black woman, so-called Hispanic woman, so-called Hispanic man and Native American man and Native American woman? What we going to do? We going to take our God back. We going to get the laws, do the laws, teach our children, and be successful in this thing. All right? So I want to give all power to glory to the Most High Yahweh Bashiach Mashiach Woman Yahushua. Hope this is edifying through the Spirit. This is Brother Cyrac, W5 Bay Area, signing out. Shalom.